Hi, and welcome back to the mini-series I'm running. This will be video 3, and this will be about the trade assistant that I use, or the trade manager I use. I'm up front, it's a paid version. I've demoed, as you've seen in previous videos, I've demoed free ones, and this was the best fit for me at the time. And I have been through and probably tested 10 or 15 different ones, paid and free. But this really has the ability to execute trades as well as manage them, as similar to the trade managers we have within the Ninja Group. So this is it. So you can pick your pairs from here, from this list, or obviously you can pick them from this list within MT4. So you can set your TP. So if you're, I always work on a percentage. I always work on a risk to reward. I don't go for a particular number of pips. I know that's a really good strategy that's used in the within the Ninja Group, 10 pips a day. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever at all. But I just go on risk to reward. I don't concentrate necessarily on pips. I'm just trying to get the best risk to reward I can. So you can set your risk to reward in here. It's set at the moment to 2 to 1 with 1% risk. And the beauty of this trade assistant that I absolutely love is if you click lines here, it puts a set of lines on your chart for you. And as the price moves up and down, this buy area will move with it. So all I have to do is set where I want the stop loss to be. So as I move this up and down, the stop loss gets bigger. So the TP, because we're going from 1 to 2 ratio, it increases. So obviously the smaller stop loss you have, the less pips you have to gain to get the 2 to 1. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. I just love this feature. It just makes life so much easier. So, normally when you use MT4, you'd have to go somewhere else to use a calculator to create, how many pips your stop loss will be, your risk to reward, and what your lot size will be. And sometimes by the time you've done that, price has moved on and you've missed the trade. And if you're if you're disciplined, then you won't. By the time the trades move 5-10 pips, then you wouldn't get in anyway, and you'd look for another trade. So this, I think, for accuracy wise, is really, really good. And then you've got the lot calc here. So if you do change this manually, just to be sure you're using the right lot size, you just click this button and you'll see here that the lot size will automatically be set for you. And it tells you down here, so it's roughly $49 as a stop loss, with 100 as your TP, so 2 to 1. And obviously you can set buy and stop limits as well with this, which I'll include some documentation. I'll certainly include a link with this. There is no demo of this application. You can only purchase it, but I will send you a link to the document, which is very comprehensive and goes through every feature. So once you've ready to get in the trade, you do buy or sell, and the trade starts off. So close-wise, this is a screen that will basically tell you you can close by particular things. So close all buys, close all sells, close everything, close only the ones in profit, close losses, and so on. And this feature here will give you the option to, so if you've got a certain amount of a set fee that you want to actually earn every day, you can set that here. So you click both of these, so it includes all SIMDLs and all IDs, and set that to say $1,000. And then regardless of how many trades you've got open, at $1,000, it will close everything. That's quite a nice feature. Settings, some of this I don't necessarily use. You can set a spread limit. So if you're only trading Forex pairs, you could set a trade limit here of, say, 5 pips as a spread, and that spread limit, if set, will stop you from executing a trade if the spread's more than 5. So that can be kind of useful during the week. you know, crossover times where exchanges open and close. Typically UK, you know, around 10 o'clock, 10:30, when spreads get increased. If you're tempted or you just forget and you're going to execute a trade, if it's outside the range you put in there, then it kind of saves you potentially from, you know, a big loss, or certainly a large spread to start off with. You can, there's other things in other features in here which I don't actually use, but there's things like hiding your stop loss and TP from your broker. So in parts, you can set this again on a particular. All these settings are particularly for this for the actual asset you're trading at the moment. So this would be, you know, NZD USD. You could close parts at certain levels. You could do it either by percentages or by points, and again for losses as well. Trailing stops. Now this is where it comes into its own, and you know, depending on how you want to actually manage your trade once it's running. So you can set trailing stops, but you can set trailing stops with all of these different criteria, and this is what I think really is a great feature for this particular trade manager. So you can use fractal stops, you can use moving averages, parabolic SARs. Not sure what these are, I haven't really looked at those, but really I'm just looking at either fractals or just a good old trailing stop. Break even. So sorry, once you actually select these fractals, say fractal, you can then configure it particularly for that, whether you want it on a 50-minute or an hour time frame. And if you're picking MA, again, you've got simple, all of the things you'd expect to trade, to manage the trade. Parabolic SARs, again, you can pick the time frame and pick the starting point. So this will kick in, say, and don't forget all of this is in points, not pips. So 10 pips would be 100 points if you wanted it to start there, or 220 pips. Break even, again, quite simple, but you can set this. So you can set a starting point of 20 pips, and this would be a profit. So if you wanted it price to go 20 pips and then move your stop to take at least 2 pips or 5 pips profit, you'd put 50 in there. That's mainly most of the things in here. You've got information on specifically on the actual symbol that you're trading. Your account and the way it's set up. The symbol particularly, and statistics. This would give you won loss information on this particular pair. Other things on here. So if you go back to trade, you've got this is quite a useful feature. There's a camera which takes a snapshot of MT4 exactly as it is at the time. So you could do a picture at the opening of the trade and a picture at closing. So if you're journaling your trades, you've got the actual pictures to just to prove, you know, the trade. As I say, this is a paid one. I think it's $150, or it might be 100. You know, very, very good documentation. It's had 3 or 4 updates since I've been using it. So it's not something that's been created and just left. It has got support. Not that I've ever had to use it. I think it just makes the whole, you know, the whole process of trading on MT4, which you know I don't like at all. I mean, going back to the day 5 years ago, I've been using CTrader for you know, forever, up until when prop firms came out. You know, and we were, you know, some of the prop firms don't support CTrader. So this is I think is a very, very good alternative. And as I say, I've been using it, tried and tested for a while. Obviously this, you can just move this up and down any way you like, and it once you're in a trade, which I can't think I can, no, I can't do because the market's closed. But if you want to see live if you want to see this actually live for working in action, I'll run some videos during the week and attach them to this as well. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon on the next one.